This episode's going to be tough. It's going to be a lot of exposing stupid things that I've done. Here we go. Hey, it's Tim. Today we're talking about 10 financial mistakes that have held me back in my journey towards financial freedom, and for way longer than I am really that comfortable admitting. But here we are. If you're trying to build wealth, I want you to avoid these 10 mistakes so that you don't have to go through it, through the pain that I went through. Please learn from my pain and get yourself on the right path now. Let's jump in. Number one, not learning how money really works. I used to think making more money was the answer to, everything, right? But real wealth is about building assets, not earning more income from your day job. It's about understanding how compound growth works and how investing works and how liabilities drain your money. If you don't know how money works, it doesn't matter how much money you make. You'll lose it just as fast as you make it. So take some time to learn about it and rewire your brain and your habits. A book that taught me a lot about how money really works and has stuck with me is The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. Great book. I highly recommend it, along with many other books out there. But that one, opened my eyes to some different things about how money works. Number two, no clear financial goals. I thought saving some money was a plan. It's not. Saving without a goal is sort of like getting in a car and just driving with no particular destination in mind. You need clear goals. I want $10,000 for emergencies. I want to invest $500 a month. Be specific with your goals. Your money needs a job. I never had financial goals. I would just earn my paycheck, pay my bills, and then buy whatever I wanted. And that led down a pretty financially unhealthy path. Number three, no budget or spending plan. For years, I just guessed how much I could spend each month. And guess what? I guessed wrong. Even having a simple budget really can change everything. Knowing what's coming in and what's going out gives you control, not just hope. One of my favorite sayings is, hope is not a plan. And it's a perfect reminder for the importance of setting a budget and then following it. Adjust it as needed, of course, but then dial it in and then watch it work for you. Number four, no emergency fund. One unexpected expense, a flat tire maybe, or a medical bill, and I was right back to zero all the time, again and again and again, often even negative, and thus building the opposite of a fund. I was building debt. An emergency fund is not optional. It's your safety net. Even a few $100 saved can turn a disaster into just a bad day. Okay, here's one approach to starting. I've used a $2,500 1 month, 3 month, 6 month approach. First, save until you have $2,500 set aside. Okay, that's enough to cover many unexpected expenses like repairs or maybe an insurance deductible. Then get to 1 month of expenses saved. Then build that to 3 months. Then build that to 6 months. Okay, this might take a while. That's okay, right? If you dip into it, just work on rebuilding it ASAP. My wife was actually just laid off a couple of weeks ago. And if we didn't have some emergency savings, we'd be in a lot of trouble right now. Number five, not saving for retirement early. I thought retirement savings was something future me would deal with. And I imagine there are a lot of people who think this also. It's hard to look so far into the future and make wise decisions now that don't have any tangible benefit now. They actually detract from what you can do now, but you are doing something for future you, okay? And the earlier you start, the more you will have available later, because time and compound growth do most of the work. Even small amounts invested early, now, can grow well into 6 figures by the time you retire. And of course, I was young and dumb, and at some points I changed jobs and I cashed out my 401k sometime in my 20s. I've since rebuilt it, but I lost years of compound growth and contributions. Please don't be like me. At the very minimum, make contributions that get you the maximum employer match if that's available to you. And if you want to make greater contributions, I think a Roth IRA has some really excellent benefits. I definitely recommend doing your research on different retirement plans and not taking my word for it. But no matter what, take action. Future you will thank you. Number 6, borrowing money to invest. Yeah, I actually did this, as embarrassing as it is to admit. I borrowed money in the hopes of a quick return on the investment. Spoiler, it did not work. When the investment stagnated, the debt was still there, obviously. Investing is important, of course, but never invest money you can't afford to lose. This one still stings a lot, even now. You can get lucky and things can go well, okay? But we're back to like hoping that things go well again. But if they don't, you're stuck. And the feeling that you will get every day from knowing that you screwed up and are stuck paying back the debt just plain sucks. Number 7, taking on too much debt. Student loans, car payments, credit cards. I racked them all up thinking, I'm enjoying myself now, I'll pay it off later. But debt steals your future income before you even earn it. Managing loads of debt is not really optional if you want to build wealth. You should work towards eliminating debt. Now, I am not in the don't ever have debt camp. I do think there are times that debt can work for you. I mean, clearly, we can see it at play in the real estate investment business, but there obviously is a risk to carrying debt. And you need to be aware of that risk and measure your tolerance for it and what you would do if the bank comes calling. Okay, but on the probably more relatable level, credit card debt is the bane of existence. If you use credit cards, make the only way you use them be by paying them off in full every month. Interest rates on credit cards are outrageous, and they are far too easy to use and thus overspend on via impulsive buying. Speaking of which, number 8, impulsive, undisciplined spending. I really love buying stuff when I wanted. And for years, I had my credit card number memorized. And even though that I don't have it memorized now, I don't really need to because my phone, my watch, my browser, my computer all have it stored. It's so easy to buy things nowadays. Plus, emotional spending feels really good short term, but wrecks you long term. Learning to pause and ask, do I really need this, is a lesson that I am still teaching myself. But it's a lesson worth learning. And most of the time, the answer is no, I don't need this. I want this. And look, wanting stuff is fine if it fits into your budget and financial goals. Don't rob your future self for the pleasures of now. Number 9, living above your means. Buying whatever I want whenever I want is my real vice. I'm not particularly into looking that fancy and buying stuff to sort of fit that keeping up appearances kind of thing, but I certainly like to have stuff without waiting or without saving. But if you're spending more than you earn and blowing your budget, you're not winning, you're sinking. Real wealth, something that I'm aspiring towards, is about the money you keep and grow. It's not about the money you spend now. If you want to be a big spender, fine. Earn the right to be one by getting to the point where you have significant disposable income and actual wealth that will support you and your family well into the future.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get
and number 10, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Now, if you're not familiar with this analogy, this is a sort of a traditional American analogy of comparing yourself to others and trying to keep up with what they have. But comparing yourself to others is a trap. You don't know their situation. They might be drowning in debt to keep up appearances. Focus on your own goals, your own timeline. That's where real financial freedom is and can be found. This keeping up with the Joneses can be a subtle temptation, especially if you surround yourself, your friends are people who are financially successful. And you should do this. You should surround yourself by people who are financially successful. You should surround yourself with people who are successful in many different aspects of life. But their financial success can become an indirect temptation for you if you're not careful. They took the kids on that international vacation. You should take one too with the kids. They just bought the latest electric vehicle. You need one too, obviously, right? I mean, it's good for the planet after all. Oh, they just moved into a much bigger house. I mean, shouldn't we do that too? I mean, we've wanted to upgrade for years now. Those temptations are real and they're all around us. But you have to set that aside and live for yourself, your family, and your financial goals. Now, there's nothing wrong with any of the things I just mentioned if you can afford them and they fit into your family, life, and financial goals. We're taking an international vacation with the kids this summer to visit family and build what I hope are some really special memories. But first, we sat down and talked about how we could afford it. And then we set goals for accomplishing the purchase of flights, hotels, and pre-travel expenses, and saving for the in-country expenses we have, like food, travel, experiences, and more. I made every single one of these mistakes, and the combined penalty is now years of being behind where I should be financially. But look, we learn from our mistakes, right? I'm still not perfect and I still make some of these mistakes. I still have to remind myself to be financially disciplined. And you don't have to be perfect either. You just have to be good enough to start making better financial choices today. Make small choices each day to change your financial habits, and soon you'll start to see big changes occurring. Which mistake hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments below, and if you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.
Let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget.